Hi again. We are still in the study room from the previous video that we made about how to put money on someone's books. So this is kind of like a part two, or I feel like it goes hand in hand because this is about how to keep in touch with a person that's in prison. So in California, the phone calls have become easier because we no longer have to pay for them as of about 2 years ago, I think. The state of California started paying for the phone calls, but before we used to have to put money on the phone, and then like one 15-minute prepaid phone call used to cost me like, I don't know, like $1.15, $1.25 around there. But when I first started on this journey, when I had my regular phone number, which is a Florida phone number, I was getting charged almost $5 for a 15-minute phone call. It was crazy, like crazy wild. But yeah, my friend fixed it. That's when I got the Google Voice with the 323 number that I shared with you guys in the last video. Again, you guys can give me a call if you need any help getting signed up, or, this stuff can get confusing if you don't really know what you're doing. So there you go. So there's two apps, and I did draw them on the board again. So here we go, back to the board. Two apps. One of them for communication is this one. It is called GTL Getting Out. I guess you guys are seeing it backwards. I don't know how to make you guys see it properly, but GTL Getting Out, it's like, I want to say like a teal app. And so on GTL Getting Out, I'll try to show it to you one more time. Here we go. GTL, there's like kind of, I guess, like a little thought bubble for you to message people and or send videos, and you can send 30-second videos, and you can send pictures. So let me see. This is just the gist of it. And again, I will post the links that are hopefully like more helpful or more informative about this. So for the GTL Getting Out, you use that app. You kind of have to put, that's a little confusing, but you have to put money on his books. As previously mentioned, you put money on his books so that he or she can write messages back and forth with you on this app, because they have this app on their tablets now. And then you also have to pay for anything you send to them. So you have to add money onto here as well. It's lots of money involved in keeping in touch with your loved ones. So basically, my kind of quick rundown of this is that you can send a message, and I believe it costs 5 cents to send. It costs your loved one another 5 cents to send you a message back, or an e-card. E-cards, messages, 30-second videos, all of these things cost 5 cents. Now, the guys, or the people that are on the inside, sorry, for me it's a guy because my husband's a man. Guys, girls, people who are incarcerated, they have tablets nowadays. So their tablets are about as big as this Chromebook, probably. I'm not really sure. I'm not 100% sure. I just know that they're big, they're bulky, they're clear. They have apps on there, and they can use their apps for phone calls. They can use apps for video calls, but only when they're connected to they can only do video calls when they're actually in like day room. So if there's no day room going on, then they can't not use neither the kiosk nor their tablet to make a video call. Sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. Let me go back to the messaging thing. So one app is for messaging, which is the GTL Getting Out app with the little thought bubble. And I guess there's a little airplane in the middle of it. And that one is teal. So that one, again, you can send messages, you can send e-cards, you can send pictures, and you can send videos. Now, everything that you send has to go through the prison guards. They check everything. So just how their mail, when you send snail mail, everything gets open and reviewed and whatnot. They also review all the messages you send, the videos, the pictures, and the videos. Everything that you send gets reviewed by the correctional officers, at least it's supposed to. And so sometimes that can take a while for your videos to get seen or your pictures to get approved. Now, your pictures getting approved, there's like certain things that you can and cannot send. So no full frontal nudity. I think no nudity of any kind in the pictures. So no nudity, period. So, for pictures that you can send either through the mail, snail mail, or on here, I think you can send, say, like pictures of you in a bathing suit and all that. At Sentinella, you cannot walk in with pictures of you in a bathing suit or anything that's like questionable like that. Even though you can mail it in, you can't bring it into visiting. Why? Because they're children. And why do I know this? Because I got in trouble for it already. They wanted to take our visits for a long, long time, and I made an appeal to the warden, and he was kind enough to get that very long time shortened so that we were still in trouble. But thank God and thank the warden as well that it didn't last as long as they wanted it to last. All right, so yeah, everything pretty much costs 5 cents, except for now there's this other app. So I'm going to show you the other app. Other app that I attempted to draw. This is supposed to be like a video camera with like the little airplane on the inside, and it's called Go Visits. This app is also from GTL, and it is for video messages. And as I previously stated, the guys can only do video calls with you, video chats with you. My husband calls it FaceTime. It is not FaceTime because FaceTime is from Apple, and I don't have an iPhone, and neither does he. They're not supposed to have phones in there. That's literally illegal. They will get in trouble for that. But anyway, he calls it FaceTime even though it's not. So video chats, they cost me $3 for 15 minutes. So that's $3 for 15 minutes. That's 20 cents per minute. And sometimes every I don't know if it's every 1 or 2 weeks or every month, he gets a free video call. I think maybe once a week, maybe it's once a month. I really don't know because he doesn't know. Same thing goes for the messages on the messaging app. He gets 20 messages for free per week. And that's why I thought it was really weird when one time he told me, oh, I don't have any money on my books to be sending you messages. I'm like, what are you talking about? Huh? I was like, you get free ones. So how is it that you don't have any messages to, message me back? I find that odd. So if anyone were to see or review the messages that I have back and forth with my husband, there's a lot more messages. 98% of the messages are for me, and maybe 2% of the messages are him writing back to me. That's mainly because they can't really, this is not like a cell phone. Their tablet is not like a modern tablet. It's not like, oh, so cool and savvy and thin. No, it's big, it's bulky, it's probably slow. It's not the latest and greatest in technology necessarily. So when they get messages, they don't get this little notification like I do. I'll get a little notification on my phone when I get a new message from him, but they don't get the same. So they don't know if you or their mother or their sister or their brother or whoever, and they don't know if a family member, friend, or whoever, loved one, sent them a message. They have to go through this whole ordeal to get into the messaging app, to take a look and review their messages to see if anyone sent them anything. So also for phone calls, keep in mind that for them to make a phone call, oh, that's right, I can't just call my husband even if I wanted to. Even if there's an emergency, I can't just call him. He can only call me. So I can only receive his phone calls. And again, now they're free, but even though they're free, I still have to press 5 to accept that phone call. So if I'm someone that doesn't want to receive phone calls from my husband or someone else that's in prison, that maybe I had a falling out with my husband or somebody else that's in prison in California, and I don't want phone calls from them no more. If you answer the phone and you listen to the prompts, they'll tell you this is a free phone call, blah, blah, but you still have to accept it, to press 5 to accept. Or there's also an option if you want to deny or decline the phone call, or decline the phone calls from them forever. You can also just, I think, block them on your phone, but whatever, there's options. There's options for all of this. All right, so back to the fact that when he makes a phone call to me, he has to dial a bunch of phone numbers. There's a 1-800 number that he has to dial. Then he has to dial in his prison, his CDCR number. Then he has to dial some kind of password or code. Then he has to dial my phone number or something like this. So this is a whole lot of numbers to dial. So it takes, I would say, between 30 seconds up to a minute, more or less, to make a phone call on his end. And again, for me to receive it, then I've calculated it down to between 16 to maybe up to 20 seconds for me to be able to press 5, because you can't really press 5 while that lady's talking and telling you that the phone call is free and so on and so forth. We've been doing this for a while, so when I get the phone call, I'm like, he's calling. I wait for her to finish her spiel as much as possible. At the 16-second or maybe the 20-second mark, I'll be like, press 5, let's go. Other people that use other systems, I think there's Core Links and some other name of people that I can't think of right now, Securus, I think. Those other people, sometimes you have to press 1 or press 0 or press some other number to accept the phone call. So again, this is within the state of California, GTL, which is now known as viapath. Viapath provides the services of the apps that were mentioned that we're seeing back here. Those people, GTL/viapath, provide all of these services for the prisons. And so, yeah, I think that's all I have on that. I'm gonna, again, just post the links like I did for the other video, because there's information that I'm sure I'm forgetting, and I didn't really do my homework that well on these videos. But thank you so much. Have a great day and enjoy your day. Bye.